Welcome everyone to the L7C Podcast NFL Edition Week 3 recap. We're already at Week 3, crazy. We got the head producer of the L7C, NFL expert, Mr. Justin Akino. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, brother. We just recorded the college football pod.
Which was fire.
That was amazing. It will be out later this week. Y'all need to listen to it. But yeah, now we're here to talk about the NFL.
Man, and the NFL never disappoints. We say it every week. We're going to say it till we're all dead. Never disappoints.
No, it's absolute. Like I said, it's absolute junkie TV every single week, and you cannot miss it. You have to watch every single second of it. My fucking ass was sitting there watching that terrible Raiders-Steelers game at night. I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, yo, I do not even want to fucking watch this game. But, the Cowboys lost. I had to use $100 in Fanatics to get some fan cash. So I put $100 on their money line, and guess what? Guess what?
You won.
Ha! You would have thought, but I made enough money throughout the day between college and the NFL that day, and then my Steelers bet hit, and then it was good on Monday. So it was fun. We made money that weekend, but my heart hurts.
Man.
And then I have to listen to friends, the media, talk shit about my team. It's such a unique perspective being a Cowboys fan because you get so much shit whenever we lose from everyone. It doesn't fucking stop. I hate it.
Yeah, and the people, the friends one, that's just because they're your friends, me included, because I definitely get a lot of shit. But the media one, that just makes no sense for me because they're like, oh, we're tired of them saying they're America's team and they'll never won a Super Bowl in like 10 million years, but then you talk about them every 2 seconds.
That's right.
Makes no sense. And I get where rating, because I look at those ratings. The Cowboys, if they're on national TV, they're the highest rated TV show of the week.
And we're on national TV every goddamn week. The only reason why we wasn't last week because we played the dreadful Cardinals, which haven't really been too dreadful this year.
Oh, they've been playing hard.
I know they've been coming out to play, man. Which
is interesting because obviously we thought they'd be the tank for Caleb sweepstakes, and they're not even the worst team in the league.
Oh no, it's not. We can get to that after we review that game, but yeah, they're not even the worst team in the league right now because we've seen some shit this past weekend that's kind of confirmed some things about some teams that suck.
We're starting to be able to form valid opinions because we're going in. But just let's start off with, I don't even know if I want to say this was a good game because, God, there were some terrible decisions. But score-wise, it was very competitive and entertaining. Just let's start off with the Chargers-Vikings game.
Two of the drunkest franchises you will see in this league. Two of them. The Chargers, they're always one of the most talented teams in the NFL and can't get over the hump. The Vikings are just the Vikings. I have an irrational love for Kirk Cousins, but everyone else hates that man. The Chargers won this game 28-24. Herbert was deadly. Herbert went 40 for 47, 405 yards and 3 touchdowns. Keenan Allen benefited from all of that with 20 targets, 18 receptions, 215 yards, and a 49-yard touchdown pass. The Vikings blitzed the Chargers on 86% of Herbert's dropbacks and just simply did not work. While blitz, Herbert had a 85% completion percentage on 48 attempts for 317 yards, and all 3 of his touchdowns came when they were blitzing. This game got drunk in the fourth quarter with about 11 minutes left. Kirk hits Jefferson for a 50-yard touchdown pass to go up 24-21. With about 8 minutes left, Chargers score to go up 28-24. And then this is when the game starts getting drunk. Kirk heats up, gets the Vikings down to the Chargers 2-yard line where the Vikings turn over on downs. They go for it on fourth, don't get it. Chargers take over with 3 minutes left. After the 2-minute warning, the Chargers go for it at their own 24-yard line. They run the ball when they have not, at this point in the game, they have not fucking ran the entire game. At this point in the game, they had 30 yards rushing, and they turn it around and give it to Josh Kelly up the middle and thought they were about to get a first down there. Just a wild decision by Brandon Staley. And at that point, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker is getting fired. Like, he is not getting back to L.A. after that bonehead decision that is, quite frankly, about to lose in the game. Vikings get the ball back with a chance to win, but then Kirk throws a pick at the goal line, and the game's over. Just one of the drunkest games of the year by far. Herbert and the offense of the Vikings just being the drunk woozy Vikings save Brandon Staley's job for that week.
You know, I think one of the drunkest parts too of that game is when the Vikings did get the ball back, they were not being cognizant of the clock. Like they were taking their sweet ass time.
I forgot about that part. I forgot all about that part of the game. Thanks for reminding me. So the Vikings,
right before the pick.
Right before Kirk throws the interception, it's about there's about 32 seconds left. So you're thinking if they're on top of their shit, they're going to get a couple shots at the end zone, but they get down there and there's no play. There's not a play. And so like Kirk's just holding his head, like, where's the play? Where's the play? Mm-hmm. And so apparently, like, he didn't have like the authority to just get up there and just spike the ball, which is the move. Like, that's what you should have done. Like, it should be it's a no-brainer to me. It's a no-brainer to pretty much any football fan that watches this shit every week. So I don't know why it wasn't something where they're like, all right, let's just get up there, spike the ball, and then let's calm down and like get a good play in. But yeah, they took so fucking long to get up on the line and do something.
I don't understand how someone like at Kirk Cousins' level wouldn't have the authority to spike the ball. It's just common sense.
Yeah, I don't know either. I cannot defend my guy on that one.
Because it's like you spike it, you can settle down, get a play in, and then because they just rush in the fact that you threw a pick right after and the game was over, and like you said, it saved.
It was first down. Like it was first down. Like you spike the ball, you have 2 more shots at the end zone if you're quick about it.
It was dumb. And then just to go back, obviously winners decide history. It's just the truth. But I don't know what man was thinking. Staley. You don't even have Austin Eckler. Like, what are we doing?
See, I understand like why he did it, because if they get the first down at that point in the game is over. Like the game, like if they hold the ball, the game is over. But the play call, like, I guess you might want to blame Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore's OC for the Chargers, but the play call was horrible. Like, why are we running the ball in that situation when Herbert has been deadly with the pass? He had 7 incompletions on the game. Why not just run a little like Herbert when he is throwing short? Like, he does not miss. I rarely see him miss a short pass. So why don't you just run a little like dump off to the side or something, or like or something up the middle to get that 1 yard. I didn't get it. I don't understand that.
It's just funny too. When the Vikings were at the 2-yard line before the Chargers went for it, all this stuff, the plays before, and they didn't get it. I'm like, man, 2-yard line. This would have been a great time for good old Dalvin Cook.
They have no timeouts.
That's true too. Man, 0-3, and they're talented, but like you said last year, when they all won those 1-score games, it's gonna flip.
Yeah, I knew it was going to flip. I didn't think they were going to be 0-3, about to go in the Carolina toilet bowl next week. Let's see who wins that game. If Andy Dalton's playing, I think I got to pick Carolina in that game. Carolina brought it to Seattle this week.
But the Chargers need to win that game too, or they would have been 0-3. They're only 1-2.
Yeah, the Chargers really need it, and they're in the AFC, so the quality of all the teams that are going to be in the mix are just better. So they desperately need it. They play the Raiders. Where is it? Yeah, they play the Raiders at home the next week, so they should get a win. But hey, you never know what the fucking Chargers. You really don't with them. Oh, and I think Jimmy G ain't hurt. I'm thinking about someone else.
I will say with Kellen Moore though, so far this year, Kellen Moore, Herbert, and Allen have really benefited off of Kellen Moore's play calling.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Herbert has been deadly. Like, the Cowboys miss him. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And miss him. Well, you got to talk about them. So, Justin, it wasn't a great day.
It was not a great day. We had the 4:05 spot, not the national TV game, because it was a home game for Arizona, and no one wants to watch their shitty asses. But yeah, Cardinals won the game 28-16. I think of the Cardinals credit, like they really came out and they were busting our ass. Cardinals rushed for 222 yards on the ground for 7 yards to carry. Josh Dobbs, he was better than Dak that day. He just was. Threw the ball better, was more comfortable, ran the ball better when he had to. I will say that 3/5 of the Cowboys starting line was out. Left tackle Tyron Smith, center Tyler Biadasz, and then all-pro right guard Zach Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And that really affected the Cowboys red zone efficiency. Cowboys are 1-5 in the red zone in that game, and as a fan, I know a lot of our red zone possessions is turning around, giving the ball, and running it between Biotish and Zach Martin. So without that element in the game, you have to put more on Dak, and the story's kind of we know what Dak is at this point. Like if he got to do too much, he ain't going to carry you to a victory at this point. Like it just is what it is there, and the defense didn't have their best showing. But I ain't gonna be too hard on Dak. He didn't have 3/5 of his line. Arizona has been playing tough. We've been playing tough. Their other two games were against the Washington and the Giants, and those games were close, even though they blew a 28-point lead against the Giants. But I'm not too concerned. If we get some line help back, I think it'll be fine. Cowboys got the Patriots at home next week, which their defense is good, but I'm not worried about the offense really. And then Cardinals have to go to San Francisco, so they'll get brought back down to earth.
Yeah, there's a lot of these. There's a lot of WTF games this week in the NFL. Like, man, I can't believe this team lost to this team. Cowboys weren't the only one this year, this week. It's just the fact that it's the Cowboys.
I was more the Cardinals, who, the narrative before the season was they were not trying to win at all.
Mm-hmm. Like, people are talking about their over or under being 4 wins or less.
Yeah.
And they've played hard every game. I was just more like, man, where's this defense? I was like, how was the Cardinals getting on? Like, what was the defense doing?
I've been saying this. That is a weakness that, like, of the Cowboys defense. Like, that's where they can get got, like, running the ball. It's a smaller defensive line and linebacker core, so if you can really, like, push them forward, you can get, like, chunk plays in the running game, and that's what happened. And Cardinals defensively, they were playing great coverage. Like, there was just something, like, there just weren't people getting open in that game.
Like you said, they'll play the Patriots. It should be a bounce back game. I know Michael Parsons already been talking, say we got to play like every week's Super Bowl. And I really like Michael Parsons, so I like the people on that Cowboys defense. How much is it? And it's just also bad timing because you literally just lost Diggs for the year. Like, and
huge loss.
And then, of course, the loss. But they should bounce back against Patriots. 3-1 is not too bad. All right. This game that you would think, well, I can't even say this game would be in Madden because Chad Johnson said if you're playing on all Madden or you're playing top-tier Madden competitors, it's hard to score 20 points. What if I told you that a team scored not over 30, 40, 50, 60? What if I told you a team scored 70 points in a real NFL game against a real NFL team? You would think we're lying and you'd cancel our podcast. We are not lying. Justin, there's a team that scored 70 points this week.
I was, quite frankly, dumbfounded. Like, I was watching Red Zone on Sunday. Obviously, I saw the fucking I saw the Broncos getting their ass beat. No questions about it. Like, I saw that. The game at halftime was, let me see if I can find it. Where's it at? I ain't gonna be able to find it, but I think it was 28-10. Yeah, it was 28-10 going into halftime, I believe. Yeah, and I'm thinking, the Dolphins might get 49 points and call it a day or something. The Dolphins beat the Denver Broncos in Miami on Sunday, fucking 70-20.
It was actually third because Miami scored 14
points. Oh, yeah, they scored again at the end of the half.
Yep, 14 in the first quarter and 21 in the second, so they had 35, and Denver had 7 in the first, 6 in the second, so 13. 35-13 at halftime. Yeah,
just absolutely ridiculous. And, it's not a typo. Like, no bullshit, thought it was a typo from Red Zone when I saw that 70 point on there. Tua was 23 for 26, literally 3 incompletions for Tua. 4 touchdowns. Hill was excellent again with 9 receptions, 157 yards and a touchdown. Dolphins rookie, Devon, how do you say this dude's last name?
Chan?
A-Chain? I think it's A-Chain.
Yeah, AC.
Devon A-Chain out of Texas A&M, your favorite university, rushed for 203 yards on 18 carries, 2 touchdowns. He had 4 total touchdowns. He caught 2. Raheem Mostert had 3 rushing touchdowns. He caught another one. He had 4. The Dolphins had 726 yards of offense, averaging 10 yards a play. The Dolphins rushed for 360 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. I was so shocked by this game today before I wrote the notes for this. I watched this shit on the All 22. I was watching film on this shit. I had to. I didn't see exactly what the fuck was going on.
Which is a great feature on NFL Plus. Looking at it right now, the coaches film study All 22 footage from every play of the game. And it's available 24 to 36 hours after the game then. It's a great tool.
It's a great tool. But on multiple possessions, the Broncos would just let Tyreek Hill just off the line. Just, no rub. I mean, I know they're motion around and shit, so, like, you can't get home. There was a couple times where he lined up and no one jammed him. The zone wasn't working, and the fucking Broncos did not change it not one time. Tua's throwing the ball a yard behind the line of scrimmage to running back, and they're busting up, and they're getting 20-yard chunk plays. It was awful. And Russell Wilson wasn't very good that game, but like he didn't give up 70 goddamn points. It was just
309 yards.
I guess, but it was just a nightmare performance for the Broncos. They quit. Obviously, I don't know who the defensive coordinator is, but he might have a job now. I don't know. This Sean Payton shit looking a lot like Urban Meyer 2 years ago. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, this shit is bad. Like 70 points.
Oh my God. I think with Sean Payton, though, in all seriousness,
man,
when he came
I'm sick of him talking all that shit about everyone.
Yes,
this is what you come out to? This is a team that you inspire? They give up 70 points? Yes. 70!
He said Nathaniel Hackett and them was like the worst coaching job. They never gave up 70 points. Like, this is beyond anything to comprehend. And
it's some of the worst defense I've ever seen. It was ridiculous. Have some pride.
And Mike McDaniel showed you guys some humility because for people who don't know, the record is 72 points, and they could have broken it with 73. They had a chance to make a field goal, and they need the ball. Instead, they're like, we're not in the business of embarrassing people, yada, yada, yada. And also, you think, they had 70 points by the end of the game? No. They had the 70th point with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. If Mike McDaniels would have kept running the normal playbook instead of just handing it off, I can make the case they could have got to 90 or more. The way that game was going, when the backup could come in and get a bomb, when they're kicking, everyone's just running scot-free. That is something you do not see.
I thought I was watching the Oregon Ducks against Portland State.
These are the best players in the world.
Exactly. Like I know fucking, the Dolphins are like some supernova offense with 70 fucking points. That does not happen.
Mm-hmm.
It does not happen in the NFL. It only happened 3 times.
You lost by 50 points. Exactly.
And let the team drop a 70 burger.
Mm-hmm.
50 points. Fucking, there are NFL games where the totals don't reach 70. No total this past weekend hit 70 between 2 teams, and the Dolphins did that in one afternoon, in one game.
And they did it. They didn't even do it at full power. They didn't even have Jalen Waddle.
No, this is without Jalen Waddle too. No Jalen Waddle for this game.
I don't know obviously they talked to the locker room. I felt the dude who they interviewed in Denver when he's like, man, I've been here 7 years and all I've done is lost. I'm tired of losing. Justin, man, it made me think of that story of you in that high school camp where your teammates said, I'm tired of fucking losing. I felt that, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dog, since the Peyton Manning Super Bowl, these niggas have not done a damn thing. They have not been to the playoffs. They have not been close to the playoffs. They literally have been one of the worst franchises in the NFL since Peyton Manning retired. They've still, to this day, have not gotten the quarterback. I'm officially off the Russell Wilson bandwagon. Enough. I've had enough of him. I had enough of the Broncos. I'm sick of this fucking team. And yes, I took Broncos plus 6.5.
Oh man, I took them. I was embarrassed because I took the under in that game, and that was over.
You took the under.
I just felt like Denver wasn't going to do anything offensively. I thought Miami was just going to score 35 points and call it a day. I didn't think they were going to score 35 by halftime.
It was fucking wild. Like it was disrespectful to the game. It pissed me off.
What do you say to your? And they're playing.
I don't even know what you say. I don't even know what you say in the locker room. Like 70 points.
What do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, they got to play a game this week.
They play Chicago this week.
They go
Chicago. I don't know who's going to win that game. They both suck. I mean, they have both of those teams collectively have just been two of the biggest disappointments in the NFL season. I know we're not talking about the Bears right now, but we thought the Bears were going to be at least way better than what they have put out. Year. Yeah, what they have put out the past 3 games of the 2023 season. They haven't been it either. And the Broncos, we were hyping this team up. They got Sean Payton. Sean Payton set his ass out for a year talking shit on Fox, talking shit on Colin's show, talking shit about the entire league. And then he comes out here and let the team drop 70 on his fucking team. I know it's not his side of the ball that did that shit. I mean, you know, the offense is a little better, but it still ain't good enough.
He's the head coach, man. I don't care what side of the ball it is. You're the head
coach. I don't care either, bro. That shit's on you. You cannot let that shit happen.
I think after that game, I really had to sit and think about the New Orleans tenure. I'm like, man, if he didn't have Drew Brees, I don't know where Sean Payton don't got no Super Bowl. I know that for a fact. And if now I'm seeing it too, if Russell Wilson didn't go to Seattle, he ain't getting no damn Super Bowl.
And then, like, you watch the offense that Sean Payton was running with the Broncos compared to what McDaniel was doing with the Dolphins. It's night and day. It is night and day. Just the way, like, they were running this shit, the way the shit was flowing, like, you know, never shit looked clunky. That Mike McDaniel's offense, that Shanahan, you know, wide zone run scheme shit, like, it was clicking. That is how that shit should look. And if I don't think they're not going to score 70 points again this season. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
But that shit's going to be hard to stop. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to stop Tyreek Hill when he's motioning across the line and he has a free release and you can't touch him. He's the fastest man in the league. I don't know what you're going to do against that.
There's nothing, I mean, there was something that he's just so much faster than what I was going to say. But on the college football pod, I forgot to say this. I really like, from a football observer, not as a fan. As a fan, I hate it. But as an observer, I really liked how Notre Dame defended Marvin Harrison. How you had the corner, then you had the bracket up there, like people guarding them. And then quasi-note, to add to the college football thing, you don't think Penn State and Michigan saw how they were guarding Marvin Harrison? They got just as much talent? Just saying. But Tyreek, you it's the fact, I don't know if you can double team and have the people back there because Jalen Waddle's a freaking dog on the other side.
It is tough. They're like fucking Robbie Chosen. Robbie aka Robbie Anderson. When I was watching the All 22, you know, all pro corner Surtain, Patrick Surtain Jr. And this is when fucking goddamn Mike
Alabama.
Yeah, this is when Mike White was still in the game, and Robbie Chosen hit that nigga with the craziest double move and was just wide open. I mean, he did have inside leverage and he double moved it outside, which is hard, but it was just a rough game for the Broncos. Like, I felt bad for him. I did. Like,
they got to play again.
It was disrespectful. And yeah, we will see how the Broncos show up in this game against the Bears. I'm not betting it right now. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. See if I don't know who's going to win that game. I can't even tell you. I don't even know.
Well, speaking of the Dolphins, though, from a 70 burger to they got a game of the week for the podcast. We got the Dolphins at the Bills.
Oh yeah, we have the Dolphins going up to Buffalo. Josh Allen and the Bills. The Bills beat Washington this past weekend, 37-3. Bills just dominated them. Commanders couldn't do shit. I believe Howell threw 4 picks. And he looked so good against Denver last week, which makes a lot of sense because that defense is horrible. Bills are 5-1 in the last 6 versus the Dolphins, including the wild card game last year. And then the last time Miami won was the week 3 game last year, where I think Miami won 22-19. The Bills had the ball for over 40 minutes in that game, so they had it for literally was that 3/4? No, 2/3 of the game. Like Dolphins only had the ball for 20 minutes. Josh Allen threw the ball 63 times that game, and that's also a game where Tua got the concussion that wasn't diagnosed, and then he went out on Thursday night against the Bengals and died. Well, he didn't die on the field, but his hands were twisted up and shit. But the Bills have owned this series the past 2 years, but Miami is different. As we have seen in these first 3 games of the year, Tua and Tyreek Hill are the number 1 graded players of their position according to PPF. Raheem Mostert is the number 1 rated running back according to PPF. We just talked about how the Dolphins dropped 70 points in a game. But I'll tell you right now, the Dolphins won't do that shit again. And I think the Bills are going to come out. And they're going to cover. They're going to win. I think Sean McDermott is going to take that performance personal.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
As a defensive guy.
Oh, he ain't letting that shit happen over there.
He's not about to let this shit happen. I just got to trust that Sean McDermott is not going to let this shit happen. The Bills have found a running game a little bit. Not Dalvin Cook. James Cook had where I put 15. He had 98 yards on 15 carries, averaging 6 yards a carry. The Bills rushed for 168 yards on 31 carries, averaging 5 yards a carry. So if they can be balanced there in this game, I think they'll be able to keep up scoring wise with the Dolphins. They're number 2 in the league in points scored. Yeah, but the Bills are they're 2 in points scored this year, total points, so they'll be able to keep up. And I think the Bills come out and cover. I got the game at -2.5. I bet it today. So yeah, that's where I'm going.
After that huge performance, they're due. It's letdown time. It's letdown time. Bills are gonna win this game. The Bills win these early season big games. It's once we get past Thanksgiving, we're like, what the hell the Bills are doing?
Yeah, their defense is way better. They're second in points allowed to competition. They really haven't played a high-powered offense yet. So it's going to be a challenge to them, but the Bills can keep up with them, and they have owned this series. And the Dolphins have to come back down to earth because
the Bills are going to win. If Joshy Boy gives Dolphins extra possessions, then they're in trouble.
Oh yeah, and then if the Dolphins do win this game, and if it's in dominant fashion, we gotta put the Dolphins at number 1 in the Super Bowl contender list. The Dolphins will have to be number 1.
I agree. I mean, but it's just the way the NFL works, man. You ain't coming from 70 to just go win a game. Nah, you're gonna have a nice maybe 25. No, that's even saying a lot. 25, maybe 30 points, but then they're losing that game.
I think the game's gonna look a lot like that Patriots game, where it's going to be anyone but Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
us, and the Dolphins are not going to run for over 300 yards.
Oh, hell no.
Against the Bills. It just will not happen. It just won't happen.
So next big game, we are kicking it back to the favorite AFC North. Ravens at the Browns. Talk about a WTF game. Ravens, losing that game to Houston, that was a little rough.
They did, but we want to talk about the Browns first.
The Browns?
We're going to talk about the Browns because, quite frankly, their defense is fucking terrifying.
Yes.
Their defense is as legit as a goddamn heart attack. They are absolutely terrifying. Cleveland beat the Titans at home this week, 27-3. And if Cleveland would have lost that game, we would have had to start the podcast with me tearing a new one to Deshaun Watson.
Oh, I don't disagree there.
I would have had to absolutely you saw that energy for the Broncos. It will all have been at Deshaun Watson. All of it. Because after the way he played that Monday night game against the Steelers, I mean, unraveling, running into sacks, throwing shit passes, getting personal fouls because you're grabbing niggas in the fucking face mask, just costing the team, making all that damn money and being shitty. Oh, it gets me going.
He's lucky his defense is really good because that play where he threw it backwards, that was that was.
And then right after that play, he started turning it on because I'm telling you, it was bad. Browns only gave up 97 yards to the Titans, but Watson ended up turning around. He was 27 for 33, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, and Titans only had 97 yards total in that game. The Browns defense, like I said, is overwhelming. The Ravens have won. They're 3-2 in the past 5 matches, but the Browns Ravens, like, this is a close game. The Browns literally, they built this defense to try and stop Lamar Jackson. Like, they have a bunch of dudes on the line in the secondary, on the second level linebackers that can run and track down Lamar Jackson. Like, that's what this defense is built for. We're going to talk about the Ravens a little bit now. They lost 22-19 to the Colts. They were missing 7 starters. They were missing 7 starters. Had the game going to overtime. Ravens had 2 fumbles that they lost that were really bad timing that really kept them win. But Lamar was good. He was efficient. They were moving the ball decently. It was raining a little bit, but like I said, they had 7 stars missing. And if all 7 of those people don't play, Cleveland going to whip the dog shit out of them. Like, that's just a step up in competition. But if they get some of these guys back, I mean, some of the people that didn't play were corner Marvin Humphreys, safety Marcus Williams, center Tyler Limbaugh, left tackle Ronnie Stanley, which those are big deals, which is why they had some trouble scoring in the red zone. Like, same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. They had a tough time scoring in the red zone with the linemen out. But Ravens, I think the Ravens take this one. They bounce back. Harbaugh's a good coach. And if it gets to 3, Ravens as a 3-point dog, I'll definitely bet them. Definitely grabbing that up. But I like the Ravens here to bounce back after that performance against the Colts.
So with Browns, I think I'll take Cleveland on this. I just think that defense right now is just really good. So with the Ravens-Browns game and the Bills-Dolphins game, do you think there's a chance that they flex one of those into the Sunday night game instead of doing Chiefs and Jets? No, I'm curious.
I fucking wish they would, but I don't think they can start flexing this early.
Okay. Also, I mean, obviously they wanted, because that would have been Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. But now during that Chiefs-Jets game, all they're going to do is talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. That's all they're going to talk about. So if the game is what we expect, because the Chiefs-Bears game was the 4 o'clock game on Fox, and that was an ass whooping.
Now that you say that, that game is definitely going to be on Sunday. That game's going nowhere. I forgot. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are a thing. They're going to put the Chiefs on TV even more now.
I know. They had the number 1, even in that blowout, they were the highest rated game of the week. Most viewers because of one person.
I know you have those Kelce stats after how his social media ticked up, his fucking jersey sales went to number 1.
400%.
Yeah, that man's about to be the biggest star in the NFL now. The Taylor Swift effect.
It is absolutely absurd because it's just it's like, what are you doing? Like, it's just it's the fact that, like, all these people who, because that game, the Bears Chiefs game, had 24.3 million viewers, and that game was like 41-0 at one point because that game was an ass whooping.
Oh yeah,
like I felt bad for Justin Fields. Like, it's just, I don't know what they do over there, man. Here it is. 400+ increase in merchandise sales Now he has a top 5 jersey in the NFL.
Wow. I'm telling you, about to be the biggest star in the league.
It's yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see. And then they're playing.
And
They're playing
tight
decent.
ends don't get famous like that. Like
No, they don't.
tight
They do
ends don't
not.
get famous like that. You have to be dating Taylor Swift to reach that type of fame in the as an NFL tight end.
Man, man. What a world that we're in with the Chiefs, who are doing pretty well. Justin, man, we're going to some winners and losers.
Yeah,
Let's
we
losers.
go.
Can we not pick the? Can we not pick the Broncos? Can we pick someone else?
I
It's
want
just
to say
too.
I want to say the Cowboys.
Okay. Okay.
Cowboys are my loser.
Okay. Oh man, who did I? Let me look at my stingies. Who I thought about. Man, I gotta because I have high hopes for this team. I gotta go Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, they always lose to fucking the Texans though. For some reason, the Texans have their number, which is wild to me.
That was an
But
ass whooping.
it was. I was on the Texans. I had them in the teaser, so I was a little happy.
Who's your winner?
My winner is Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
My winner is Green Bay. Jordan Love is first half was dreadful.
Yes.
I did not think he was going to beat the Saints because that Saints defense has been, they've been carrying them for years now.
Mm-hmm.
That defense that the Saints have has been carrying them for years. And once they went up by 18, I thought, no, went by 17, I thought, yeah, this is over. No way this, third career start or fourth career start, wherever the fuck it is going to come back on the Saints defense, and that's exactly what he did. And now they're going into a showdown for the Lions for
That's
first place.
That's a big game.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love did it without his top receiver. Aaron Jones didn't play. Like there was a lot of Jair Alexander didn't play. There was a lot of top Packers who did not play.
That's a good win for the Packers. Like that's a huge win. Like that's
that's
what I was going. I was getting ready to say Ohio State, but
no, but I was going to pick Jordan, but I will go an Ohio team. I'll just go from the Monday night thing, the Bengals, because if they would have lost that, it might have been curtains.
It would have been over.
Because everyone else in the AFC North is literally 2-1. If they would have been 0-3, oh no.
And we talked about the Browns, so we're going to talk about the Bengals before we get off of here. The Burrow is bad. Like Burrow is hurt.
Yeah,
not bad, but yeah, he's definitely hurting. Like I was trying to figure out like why the Bengals are looking the way they are right now these past 3 games. The man is hurt.
Yeah,
the man is hurt, and let me pull the schedule. I would think about putting him on IR for a little while just so he can get healthy. Because if Burrow's not playing, these niggas have no shot.
But the problem, they were to catch-22 because if he didn't play yesterday, they lose and it's over.
That's what I was telling these fucking Bengals fans up here in Cincinnati. I'm like, yeah, Burrow is hurt, but like they cannot lose this game. Like they cannot go 0-3, and they were able to hang on and beat the Rams, but they got Tennessee. They're at Tennessee this week, at Arizona, and Seattle's coming before the bye, before they have to go to the 49ers. So, I would think about putting him on IR maybe, and or resting him up through that bye week so he can be healthy. Because if Burrow is not healthy, the Bengals have no shot.
Yeah, they got week 7. Even the thing is, too, after we've talked about the Cardinals, they're not an easy out anymore.
They're not, but they're definitely more talented.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know if Jake Browning could beat the Cardinals. At Arizona, too. At Arizona, like, they play tough there. They've been playing well there the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you told your Bengals fans over there right, because he had no choice, because if they lose that, yeah, it's almost over.
Yeah, I told him, like, yeah, he has to play. Like, unfortunately, like, he has to play.
So
he was clearly hurt. He was not moving. The Bengals did not run anything under center. No under center runs because You got to step back on the calf to hand it off. So that was out. And it kind of affected them because in that game, like they could just at any point just kept giving it to Mixon. Like Mixon was doing well. And I feel like if they could have ran the ball under center more, that they could have got the running game going and they wouldn't have to put Burrow in a situation where he's passing so much.
Yeah, they needed that one. Jamar Chase finally he got going. They needed that. Man. But anything else, Justin?
That's what I got for right now. Okay. I was screaming about the Broncos. That took a lot of energy out of me.
By the time we come back, we'll already be done with the first 4 weeks of the season, which time is flying. So we'll get to know more about these teams. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe anywhere that you listen to. We'll be back for week 5 talking some NFL. But if you're missing NFL, missing football in general, college football podcast every week. Just finished the first month of that. And these games, once you listen to the newest episode that'll be coming out soon, you'll see there's some games coming in October on the Pac-12. There's some big games coming.
We're all over it.
But with that being said, L7C Podcast, signing out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C Podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.